Anyway, very good morning. Start morning. Okay. So we are meeting after a small break. Okay. So the last remedy we spoke was sulphur. A part of sulphur is what I had taken. So there's lots remaining, and hopefully in today's class we'll try to cover maximum part of sulphur. Okay. Now, before I start sulphur, it's very important I get to know, or you have a clarity of what was done in the previous class. Because today's class will be entirely based on what you have already studied in the previous class. Okay. So if you remember, we had taken a few very important objectives, and we spoke of sphere of action, we spoke of elements. We'll discuss this, and we also had the physical appearance. We had spoken about the physical appearance, and we also in the end spoke of the characteristic symptoms of sulphur. Okay. So these were the objectives that we had in the last class. So we'll quickly take up some questions. We'll have some rapid fire, some quiz, so that I understand how much of sulphur you have understood. Okay. So one simple question is, what is the action of sulphur on venous system? Very good. It causes congestion. And we also went into the details, like for example the portal system. You said it causes congestion and it also causes hemorrhoids. So congestion was one very important thing. Good, beautiful. Second thing is action of sulphur on mucous membrane. More than dryness. Which remedy causes dryness? Very good. What is the remedy we are discussing? Sulphur. Okay. So what will sulphur cause? See, good, you use the word dryness. Good, you use the word dryness. So dryness is bryonia, and sulphur causes mainly inflammation. And what is the character of inflammation? You see more of excoriation. Excoriation. Okay, good. Burning. We'll discuss that. Physical appearance of sulphur. Very good. Tall, lean, thin, stoop shoulder. Good. Dirty. Dirty is the key word. Lean, thin, stoop shoulder, and dirty. We'll discuss more in detail. Very good. And 4 elements of sulphur. 4 elements of sulphur. Sun, blows, alcohol, spray, injuries, suppressed eruptions. Okay, very good. Good. I asked for 4 and I'm happy I got more than 4. Good, keep it up. And a very simple question. Organ sensation in stomach is felt at dash 11 a.m. Okay. So today we have class till 11 a.m. So let's see how many of us are sulphurs. Okay, anyway. Character of discharge in sulphur? Very good. Excoriating. Offensive. Good. So don't forget the word offensive. Many discharges in sulphur, they have a bad odor. Thin, acrid, offensive. Okay, and excoriating. And recall full characteristic symptoms of sulphur. Burning, very good. Okay, we'll discuss more about burning a little later. Burning, I appreciate. Under 11 a.m. Standing is the worst position. Sulphur patient cannot stand long. Good, standing is the worst position. One more. Huh? Okay, dry, hard, stools. Okay, good, okay, good. So, see, this is what is very important. Okay, of what we had done in the, in the previous class. See, in today's class, which might stretch for 2 hours, and we'll divide it into 2 parts. Okay, 45 minutes or 50 minutes each. Okay, so now what I am trying to exclusively talk for the next 45 minutes, or next 40 minutes is, we will be, if you just look at this image here, what do you see here? You see an icon with different emotions. Okay. ultimately what I am trying to discuss today is we are going to discuss the mind symptoms of sulphur. The mind symptoms of sulphur, very interesting, and it's a very important remedy. We homeopaths, we use in our clinic. So my request to all of you is focus on the class, understand any questions, feel free to ask so that you don't have any confusion in future. Okay? See, now I am going to discuss the mind or the mental symptoms of sulphur pertaining to two very important areas. We are going to understand at the end of 45 minutes how a sulphur child is emotionally or mentally and how a sulphur adult is mentally. So this will be our main objective of today's class. Okay? Now again, an image taken from Google Images. Now what you see here is, you see a group of children. Good, beautiful. You see a group of children. And one among them can be sulphur. I am not asking you, I am happy many of them have already started pointing fingers. They started looking who is the dirtiest of the five, who is the lean, thin. Good, I appreciate. See, you are pointing fingers. You might be pointing fingers at wrong place or at a wrong person. That's not the question here. But I appreciate your instant feeling when I had shown you a group of kids. You at least had a thought of thinking. One girl was telling, see that extreme. I am not asking you what made her feel that why not this girl or whatever it is. So you have a group of kids. Must be at the end of 30 minutes, 25 minutes, you will realize if one of them was sulphur or if he was not sulphur, if he or she is not a sulphur. Now before we go ahead, I have also shared few more constitutions, who predominantly belong to child group. So this morning I want you to recall the other child remedies. Very good. Okay, I told you to calcarea. Very good. Madam has spoken about calcarea. Okay, any other child remedies you are aware of? Yeah, Vareta, Dubara. Very good, no problem. Vareta, calcarea, sedition. Good. See now if you remember those three remedies, I am not going into the details of those three remedies, but I want you to understand. The commonest problem a homeopathic student has is, sir, there are so many remedies. Now, what you need to understand is, each remedy, when you understand, they are different from the previous remedy. Baretta is not similar to Silesia, and Silesia is not similar to Calcarea. Each of them, they have their own uniqueness. Okay? So we need to understand how sulphur child is different from Baretta, different from Silesia, and different from Calcarea. These three child remedies that are done for you. Okay? Now the first very important thing, looking at this image, what do you get? What do you understand? They are very joyful, good. Huh? They are happy, go happy, very good. Hope I am not blocking. Huh? Very playful, very good. Good. See, these are the things we want. Very good. They are very playful. They are very happy. They are very cheerful. All of them are happy, enjoying. Then good. Okay, good observation. We'll go ahead and we'll see. Now, next 30 minutes we'll be speaking exclusively about a sulphur child. And I have been always insisting in homeopathic clinic, we get a lot of children. When I did Silesia, when I did Baretta, I just described how you have a Silesia patient coming. How is the Silesia child? How is the Baretta child? How is the Baretta child? When they enter, what is that first word? They are very shy, very good. They are very timid. They keep hiding. Where do they hide? Behind mothers, behind furniture. bashful children, Baraka. How is Alicia? Alicia to enter, they are also shy. But you don't see them hiding behind somebody. Baraka will not keep running behind mother and then they keep peeping. You don't see that in Celicia. I told you something very unique in Celicia. Recently I had this girl in my clinic. Beautiful. Recently I had this girl in my clinic. I am trying to make an eye contact with her. I am trying to talk to her. And then what will the Celicia child do? They will go to the mother and then they will go whisper into mother's ear. Timid, okay, shy, whispers in mother's ear is Celicia. How is Calcarea? Calcarea. The moment we talk of Calcarea, what should come to your mind? Children who are fat, frail, flabby. Right? The better way of putting the word here is healthy children. This is the word that we use. Healthy means not health-wise. Healthy means look-wise. We don't use the word fat. It is body shaming. So we have a Calcarea lady coming, in our clinic. Then we ask, "Bachpan se aap healthy hai kya?" Doctor, bachpan se main healthy hu. You mean? You understand? We don't use the word bachpan se aap. No, we can't use that word because that's not the right word. But then what you want to understand here is they're very fat. They're very fat, they're very flabby, very slow. Right? And generally they sit on the lap of the mother and the lap of the attender, father, mother, whoever, parent. So they're very lazy, they're very slow, they're very shy. They're different. Now, assuming the fourth child I'm trying to explain, this is Sulphur. Now, how is Sulphur? The moment they enter with a bag. They enter with a bag. So you will not find Celicia in this child, you will not find Calcarea in this child, nor you will find Baraka in this child. Very comfortable. Right? So children who are very restless, who have a lot of energy, restless, okay, and you also see that cranky kids, you can make out from the expression, thanks to Google Images, you will understand material better. Very cranky, very irritated, you can see this, chidchidapa, gussa, right? Very irritable, very cranky. Mother would have given him, or it happens in front of us in clinic, to keep the child engaged. What do? When we have a restless, cranky, irritated child, we'll give them a paper, we'll give them a pen, we'll give them pencil, sketch pens, whatever it is, and do something. Immediately after 3 minutes, he will come up and say, "Uncle done." Uncle done. So what is this? Yeah.
Roll number 4 and 5, who has to do performance?
Roll number 4 and 5. Yeah, you are okay. So what you need to understand? What you need to understand? So what you need to understand here is what does this tell you? As a first year student, what is this emotional trait trying to tell you? You give them a piece of paper or you give them a paper and they scribble something, "Uncle, ready." Doctor, "Uncle, ready." Confident? Okay, good. One of the girls says, "Is very confident." See, sir, what is done? And see how confident he is presenting. Good. That's our way of looking at things. Anything else you can think of? Quick. Very good. Good. Can somebody modify this word quick?
Spontaneous.
Okay, spontaneous. But there's nothing creative here. There's nothing creative. One beautiful word that comes up is impatience. Impatience. I use the word restless. Patient is impatient. Patient is impatient. Sulphur child is impatient. He cannot sit in a place. School, lot of complaints. When the mother goes to parents teachers meeting, what will the Sulphur parents get to listen? घूमता रहेगा. Okay, very restless, very impatient. Any work given, they just do it. See, this is very, very important. For example, tomorrow some teacher will talk to you about different remedies. They will talk to you about carcinosin, they will talk to you about arsenic. You know, in a piece of paper, what an arsenic does, what a carcinosin does, what a sulphur does, it's all very, very different. Okay? So very impatient and a little amount of shyness, and shyness is only for a few minutes. Initially you might get a brighter picture. My son used to tell that the child will hide behind the mother. And brighter throughout 1 hour of case taking, he will be hiding. Okay, sulphur 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Once the situation is under his control, then he is very happy, touching this, touching that. I'll come to that a little later. But remember, sulphur takes a little time to adjust. Fine? Okay, and you can also see this, they mix very easily. 2 minutes. You go to a new apartment, you go to a new place. Sulphur will not take much time. Calculator mother will come to you and tell, sir, my child has issues with adjustment. My Parata child, my Sanisha child, sir, I have to push them. Jao beta, jao kilo, kudo, nacho. ये उम्र में सब करना है, जाओ. नहीं मम्मी मेरे को नहीं जाना है. Mummy, they are around the mother. Selicious, Paretas, Calcareous. But sulphur, it's exactly opposite. Mummy should go and call. Beta, kar raja. Time ho gaya, come home. नहीं मम्मी 5 मिनट और मम्मी, please मम्मी 5 मिनट. It remains of our childhood, where we used to beg. And 5 minutes in our language is 1 hour, 1.5 hours. Okay? So, very extroverted, and this image you also saw in another remedy. Yes, I have purposely kept the same image so that you understand. Which was the other remedy? Celicia was very intelligent. Okay? Sulphur is also intelligent. Sulphur's child is very intelligent. Celicia might have a little amount of hesitation to answer. Okay? I ask a question. Celicia knows, but he might have some hesitation. Sulphur, even if the answer is wrong, they are very confident. Sir, and the answer. So very intelligent. I will come to this a little later. Okay, I hope the basic child traits are clear. You have a little more to add. So what I want you to understand here is, the restless, the cranky, the irritable, impatient, intelligent, shy, extroverted. Shyness is for a small period, short period, the extroverted people. Going ahead, what you also have in sulphur is okay, very good, I know, it will give you a picture of dirtiness, but something beyond dirtiness. I wanted to confuse, I know, you will come up with dirtiness. Huh? Very good, beautiful. What made you think of curious? I am curious to know. So many of you came up with dirtiness. No doubt. That's the first thing, no? When we say sulphur, that's what comes to our mind. Dirtiness. Second thing is curiosity. Okay? Now this child is looking into this can. What is there in the can? Kya hai ye? Right? Shaking, doing whatever. So generally, sulphur kids are curious. Sulphur kids are curious. As a budding homeopath, how will you identify curiosity in children in your clinical setup? Hope my question is clear? Okay. So how will you identify? They'll ask questions. Very good. They'll ask questions. What questions? Uncle, what is your name? What questions will they ask? Like for example, they can ask you stethoscope. Uncle, ये क्या है? Are you checking BP? Mother's BP. Immediately from the chair they jump. Oh, ऊपर जा रहे हैं, नीचे आ रहे हैं, ऊपर जा रहे हैं. Uncle क्या कर रहे हैं अंकल? कुछ वही वाला ऊपर जा रहे हैं, फिर आप निकल रहे हो, नीचे आ रहे हैं. क्या कर रहे हैं आप? क्या कर रहे हैं आप? So this is inquisitiveness. Inquisitiveness is willingness to know. When you have a photo of Dr. Hanuman in the clinic, uncle, ये grandfather कौन है? You know how mothers are. See sir, my mirror. See sir, they will be kissing, hugging. See sir, how intelligent my son is. See the kind of questions he is asking. Yeah, ऐसा ही है sir. कहीं जाते हैं ना, for example, we go to a shop, we go to some function. इतना तंग करता है सर, सवाल कर करके इतना तंग करता है. You're getting my point. So children who are inquisitive, children who are curious, children who want to know, inquisitive children. See, this is a first year class, and as the remedies are added, you will be getting so many remedies which are inquisitive. But what question each constitution asks is very different. I am not confusing much, but I am just giving you proof. Inquisitive, you know, each individual, each child, each constitution, the inquisitiveness could be about something different. I'll stop here and not go beyond, because first year I can't compare, but I want you to understand inquisitiveness in each child, in each constitution can vary. And sulphur is one inquisitive remedy. Very good. Good. So next, what you also have here is, from the image, from the Google image, look at the image and contribute. What else do you see here? You see child collecting things. Okay? And sulphur child, he'll be, something fallen on the road, some stone or some piece of something, they will be collecting. Fine? And I'll be telling you a little later what they will do with their collected things. But children who keep collecting things, I will come back to this a little later. And sulphur can be, what is this child doing? Painting. Very good. Can somebody appreciate the difference here? Very good. क्यों? I mean, पता नहीं कितना कागज पे paint. We really don't know how much paint is there on the A4 sheet or the drawing sheet. But पूरा paint कहाँ पे है? बॉडी पे है, कपड़े पे है. Mother gets irritated. बस मेरे को धोना है. Okay, for example, you have an arsenic mother. Somebody will tell you about arsenic. Arsenic, they are very, very clean, neat. So arsenic mother, what she will do? She will wash the sulphur child and keep. What will the sulphur child do? He will get dirty. 3 minutes, 4 minutes, he will get dirty. And again, arsenic mother gets irritated. Okay, it's a beautiful cycle. Okay, so painting, artistic. Sulphur can be very artistic. And the art of sulphur is again beautiful. Beautiful means the art is not beautiful. But what I want you to understand is, each of us who draw are not sulphur. The sulphur art is something only sulphur will understand. Okay? He would have done something on the sheet and you will be surprised, क्या है ये? क्या है ये चीज? And what will the sulphur child tell? Uncle, आपको इतना भी समझ में नहीं आया? देखो ये वो है ये, वो ये. So the way they write, lot of imagination, and it will not make sense. You will understand a little later. But I want you to understand, sulphurs are artistic. Many modern art, many modern artists, modern art, right? They can do sulphur. You don't understand. But due respect to the art, I got nothing against. But that is sulphur's art. That is sulphur's art. So artistic, and again you see that because they are cranky, they can also be. What is this? Stubborn. Very good. Siddhi. Stubborn. Hata. Sulphur can be obstinate. Now this is what is very important. Many of you, I was only afraid because any image I show you will know about dirtiness. So I thought, let me bring in the dirty thing in sulphur. Sulphur, you can just see. Fine. Is going to play arsenic mother. Fine. If he was arsenic, assume sulfur child, arsenic child in a hotel. Then how will arsenic child be? There's something, what is it? There is this napkin, cloth. So arsenic might just put it here and sit for getting nicely. How will sulfur do? Like sulfur will go. You just dirty the napkin. उससे ये पोच के नहीं. The moment he comes out of the restaurant, you can record he's gone to the restaurant. समझ रहे हो? You can record he's gone to the restaurant. खाना पड़ा होगा इधर सब stains, दाल का yellow stains, इधर chicken, उधर chicken, mutton, जो भी है, veg का veg, non-veg का non-veg, right? So I mean, they're very dirty people. And the problem, the dirtiness, you can also take out from the school. What is the complaint the mother gets in school? Your son has already become doctor. What? Your son has already become doctor. Mother is very happy. Already, madam? Already? Then what made you think so? Is what the husband is asking. Husband told you, कल काल में, okay. We with the emotion में गई. मेरा बेटा, मेरा नागला, already doctor बन गया. So what is the husband asking? What made you think so? Why you are not seen his book? See his book. Can you understand this? Already doctor candidate. Doctor candidate. जाओ. Pharmacist के पास लेके जाओ. तभी समझ में आएगा क्या लिखा है यार ने. So dirty handwriting, is books, sulfur bag, right? And you have to. Your kids now are very specific. I was not one of those, but then you have kids who see the timetable. You are all giving a blank look, must be have not done this, but then we have kids who follow the timetable, first period, physics, book, first रखो, उसके बाद बोयो तो रखो, उसके बाद ये. And if you have not done, you would have seen your friends doing. Okay? Monday, ये सब रखो, Tuesday का अलग है. Sulphur का Monday हो या शनिवार हो, कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता. घर का सारा books बैग में. And sulphur will have no issues. Any book the नाम tells, ना मेरे पास है. Okay? How they bind, how they maintain their books, how they keep their toys, all those things will matter. And this is homeopathy. And this is how each individual is. And sulphur is very dirty. I'll share two or three cases a little later, but remember, sulphur is dirty. Okay. Now what is this? Okay, very good. One is shouting, one is loud. Good. Anything else that you can think of? Loud shouting. From it is boasting. Boasting. मेरे बारे में मैं खुद बोल रहा हूँ. Sulphur is a great boaster. You have a group of friends. In the sulphur is what? My aisa home, my vaisa home. No, don't take names. What will a sulphur child boast about? What will a sulphur child boast about? You remember I told you something here, I showed you an image. What was the image? They keep collecting, right? And with their friends they keep telling, देख ये पत्थर देख, पत्थर कहाँ से ले आते हैं? रास्ते पे, देख ये पत्थर देख, कितना अच्छा है, ये मेरा है, right? So sulphur generally they keep boasting about the things they have, a toy, some सड़ा हुआ है, something, small thing, but then the way how sulphur tells, देख ये वाला देख, ये घड़ी देखे, ये घड़ी 30 रुपए का घड़ी, लेकिन भाई, but the way they tell is very, very important. So sulphur, the great boasters, okay, they like telling about themselves, they enjoy telling about themselves. And one more very important thing, unfortunately this came first, but what I wanted you to understand from the image is sulphur child is very selfish. What do you understand by selfish? Look at the image, so many times, this poor baby is asking, यार मेरे को भेज दो, नहीं, सब मेरा, मैं नहीं दे रहा. Fine. So sulphur is selfish, okay? Selfish and very cranky. If he starts weeping, you feel like bugging his mouth. Weeping, cranky, okay? When do they weep? When do they weep? I have told this under characteristic symptoms. I have told this under ailments from. When do you see a sulphur child weeping? When a sulphur child is asked to take bath. When the sulphur child is pushed into the bathroom. सारा गंदा मेरे को धोना है. Fine? That's when bathing can bring weeping. Bathing can bring anger in sulphur child. Okay? So, before I take up the adult, what do you understand in sulphur child? See, whatever explanation I have given is something that should retain in your mind, and practically this is how you will be seeing the patients in your clinic tomorrow. Okay, very restless, very inquisitive. They keep asking, they keep questioning. Okay, irritated, obstinate, stubborn. They can come with their own things. Some old marbles, some old toys. Uncle, ये मालूम है ना? ये पेन कितना अच्छा है ना? ये वाला पेन मेरा है. मेरे को नहीं, मैं नहीं दे रहा हूँ. सिर्फ दिखा रहा हूँ. Okay, they are very selfish. They will not give. Right? So they are more of show-offs. Okay, they like boasting about themselves. They like talking about themselves. Now I hope you got a clarity. When I did Silesia, did I give you this picture? Silesia was a different picture. When I did Barata, did I give you this picture? Barata is Buddhu. Barata is Bola. Barata is कैस मेरे को तो लोन कर. ये भी चाहिए लोन कर. उसमें अपना अकल नहीं है. उसमें अपना समझदारी नहीं है. He has no understanding that मेरे को ये देना है, मेरे को ये नहीं देना है. sulphur कुछ नहीं देगा. So Barata, Silesia, Calcarea, sulphur, they are different individuals. And never have this thing in your mind, sir, homeopathy is confusing. There is nothing that is confusing. Each of them are different individuals, and you need to understand the traits, the characters of different individuals. Okay? We'll go ahead. We'll look at the adult. Now before I take up the adult, any quick questions, any quick clarification you have in sulphur child? Boys? All fine? Huh? Movements in? We'll come to it. Mind, sulphur child. Huh? That I will tell you under particulars. Okay. Anything else? Okay. See, if this is clear, I will start with something very interesting. We'll look at sulphur adult next 20 minutes, 15 minutes. What is this? One word. Yeah. Beautiful. Can you think of other chemists? Good. Researcher, very good, beautiful word. Scientist, researcher, inventors. People who invent new things. If you go back to our old movies, if you imagine a scientist, Ajay, if you imagine a scientist in our old movies, then what you need to understand here is, they are not nicely dressed. They are not the kind of people who have a trim haircut. They don't bother how they look. Okay, you might be seeing them with, for example, you had this 3 Idiots, no? You had, who was that? Virus. And I told you, movies are the beautiful medium to understand our remedies. Virus. You know virus? Right? The character played by one of the great artists. Okay. What is that character going to tell you about? You have seen this movie, 3 Idiots. If you have not seen, as an assignment, go back home and see. Done. Only teacher who gives movies as an assignment. घर जा रहा हो, movie देख रहा हो, पापा पूछे क्या कर रहा है? चलो, we'll come back. So what is very important for you is again, he was a very egoistic guy. He was very knowledgeable guy. Right? For him, time matters so much. When will he have a haircut? When will he relax sometime in between? So what I want you to understand here is the great scientists, the great inventors, people who are not bother about themselves. Right? So one of the authors says Dr. Hahnemann himself is sulfur. I'll not go into the details on this platform, but one of the authors says Dr. Hahnemann, he invented homeopathy. And his personal appearance, his handwriting, and if you read his writings, he was very critical. He used to find fault, he used to criticize allopathy. Tochi, fine? Yet that guts, highly knowledgeable guy. Dr. Hahnemann himself, one of the authors' view, it's not my view, one of the authors says. Now what I also want you to understand here is sulfur, they are very extroverted. Who are extroverted people? Extroverted. Expressive. Extroverted people. You have a person sitting next to you, a passenger in the bus. Right? And he can introduce himself, hello. Right? And he can talk, go on and on. And what is the thought that will be going on in your mind? When will my stop come? When will my stop come? Or sometimes you may be so pissed, you may get down one stop before, take another bus. Now what did you understand from this example? What they talk, the content is very, very important. And sulfur can talk anything on earth. Head to toe, politics, sports, philosophy, this, that, homeopathy, religion, any damn thing. And you'll be surprised how the hell this particular man knows so much. Okay? So, what each of them talk is also very important. See, in a group, if you have a sulfur friend, after the third encounter with sulfur, what is your mind trying to tell you is, boss, oh, that hai, idhar se nikal ja. What is the thought? What is your mind questioning you? Your sulfur friend is there. अगर तू गया ना तो फंसा, तो क्या बोल रहे हो भाई? पीछे से निकल, उस तरफ से निकल, बस निकल. You're in a hurry to get out. So sulfurs are people, our Medina Medica says they theorize. I told you they can talk anything. You talk science, you talk Chandrayaan 3 or 2, whatever got launched. They can talk about moon and some story, something else came up, no? One more satellite going to the sun. So that was what they can talk. Homeopathy, organon, philosophy, any damn thing, they talk. And the tragedy in sulfur is, assume if you have a sulfur teacher, the tragedy of the sulfur teacher is, he is the only person who is enjoying his class. वो हंस रहा है, बोल रहा है, मजा कर रहा है, लेकिन वो हंसी स्टूडेंट्स के मौके हैं, स्टूडेंट्स are all serious, सारा कब खत्म करेंगे यार तो खत्म कर, छोड़, is what is going on in your mind. So sulfur, what they taught is very important. See, why I am giving you this example is, tomorrow you will realize there are many more remedies which are extroverted. समझ रहे हो क्या? You have phosphorus, you have cannabis, you have lacasis, you have a lot of other remedies coming in. Now how each of them, what each of them talk is very important. Phosphorus banda kara hai udhar. What was your mind telling when sulfur was there? Nikal. When phosphorus is there, what is your mind telling? Chal, ja, band. Because that is how phosphorus talks. Phosphorus listens, phosphorus talks. Phosphorus is a charmer. Fine? अगर phosphorus है ना तो उधर बीट होगा. If you have a phosphorus friend, and बीट ज़्यादा opposite sex का होगा. You getting my point? Confusing? No, I am just trying to confuse you. What I am trying to do is, if you have a phosphorus constitution standing, then the way they talk, the way phosphorus talks is very attractive. The way sulfur talks, many times you will be scratching. क्या बोल रहे हैं? तेरे को समझ में आया क्या? नहीं, मेरे को नहीं. And you will be scratching, but phosphorus is somebody who is very attractive. Phosphorus looks 80% female, all for the looks, and 20% he can pull with his talks. 100%. Chalo. extroverted, and then again I told you, same thing, visual sulfur check, posting. देखा ये कपड़ा, ये शर्ट, ये शू, ये बेल्ट, ये बैग, जो भी है, मई, जो भी है ना, like generally they are the kind of people who keep boasting, who keep talking high about themselves. So the great boasters, the great talkers, loquacity, and this is very important. You have, I know, I mean, many of our boys also, with due respects, you know, I'm not getting to a girls also, so I can't comment, but boys also, many of the boys also, like, you know, we have our friends. They're very practical. You ask them, ऐसा क्यों है? What did I tell you? See, sulphurs are philosophical. हर चीज का आंसर है उनके पास. Right? For example, somebody enters and they ask him, ऐसा क्यों पढ़ा है? He has a reason, he has an answer. देख कितना इजी है, जब बाहर जाना चाहिए, किधर पढ़ा है, मीटिंग में चाहिए, उधर पढ़ा है. ढूंढने का नहीं बस, सब पढ़ा है. And many times you get confused. Some of my ego watches. Right? So for a sulphur, you know, neatness, cleanliness, orderliness does not matter. Bedsheet, right? Okay, I mean, our places generally what they teach is once you get up, bedsheet fold करो, ये करो, वो करो. Sulphur का कभी भी पढ़ा रहता है. And he has got a beautiful reason. देख कब चाहिए तो जाके सो सकते हैं. Right? And he's got his own reasons. And it's a very messy thing, you see. You know, when you enter a sulphur's room, sulphur's house, okay, they're not very neat, clean, untidy. See, there's a beautiful symptom. Let me recall the word. Delicacy. What is this delicacy? I hope I'm getting the right word. Delicacy? Delicate. Okay. Now, I'll recall a word, very important, but I'm not getting it right now. By the end of the class, I'll try to recall and I'll try to tell. Sulphurs are very passionate. You know, they pay their talk, I told you. Unfortunately, only sulphur teacher is enjoyed. When sulphur teacher is very happy, proud, how nicely I did my class. Right? So, very passionate people and sulphur might look neat, clean. For example, sulphur he has to meet his girlfriend. Okay? So, naturally when you are meeting a girl, अच्छा कपड़ा तो डालना पड़ता है. So he will try to dress at his best. But what is the beauty in sulphur is, something will be missing. Something will be, you know, different. For example, shoe polish नहीं किया होगा, shoe फटा है, okay, और red color pant and yellow color shirt. Right? Yes. So something, you know, you feel is awkward. Something you feel is strange. But for sulphur, नया shirt है, देख गर्लफ्रेंड मिलने जा रहा हूँ. तो क्या है, येलो शर्ट और रेड पैंट, या रेड शर्ट एंड येलो पैंट, something like that, you know. So what you also have to understand is matching नहीं होगा, matching नहीं, right? Or some weird belt, or some weird hairstyle. कुछ तो आपको ये फील दिलाएगा, ये फील आएगा कि ये sulphur है. But he would have brought the best dress, 3,000 का शर्ट, 5,000 का पैंट. But something is missing. Yeah, you know, when sulphur is sitting in the water like this, you will be seeing a big hole in the shoe. 5,000, 8,000, shoe में पूरा दुनिया दिख रहा है. ऐसा भी हो सकता है. So, I mean, if you just see here, something is missing. Something, you know, you feel. This is what one author says. They may be clean, but with some aspect of his appearance out of place or neglected. I will share a small case here of a lady, of an young couple, infertility case. This gentleman was a some government hospital, I mean sorry, in a government setup. And lady also was working in the same office. They are married. And the lady always has one complaint, and what is that complaint is, for the kind of post he is having, his dressing sense is very bad. कुछ शर्ट, कुछ पैंट जो मिला डाला आ गया सुबह, and no ironing, no concept of ironing, all crumpled, okay. And जब वो खाते हैं ना दोपहर लंच में, सारा खाना मतलब you saw there on his shirt, okay. So this was the case, and they come to me for primary infertility. Beautiful case. He had a lot of issues with sperm count, azoospermia, no sperm, something like that. We had taken his case in detail, and he was prescribed sulphur. After a year or so, she delivered a very beautiful, healthy baby boy. Okay, sulphur. They had suffered so much, gone to a lot of doctors. Simple remedy, simple understanding, sulphur. Even when they enter, no, he said, officer, but you don't get a feel of an officer. There are some attender in a job, but you get a feel of an officer. The way they dress, अच्छा परफ्यूम कैसा परफ्यूम, अच्छा बेल्ट सब डाल के आते हैं, क्या काम करते हो? सर वो ऑफिस है ना, उधर मैं अटेंडर हूँ, लेकिन ऐसा तो नहीं दिखता. So exactly opposite is what they have in sulphur. They don't give much importance to their personal appearance. We look at that. What is this from the image? What is this? You understand from the image. Very good, beautiful, proud, haughty. They got a lot of self-esteem. In our language, Kannada language, garva, aham. Too much of aham, very haughty people, okay? And sulphur is a person who will not spend much. Sulphur is a person who will not spend much. So there is something called as avarice. Avarice. A-B, I don't know if that is coming up. Okay, yeah, it is, yes. Spelling, if you are looking at the spelling, avarice. Kannadalli, jipana, bargaining, not spending. You see here, what is happening here is bargaining. Kotmiri, 10 rupees, 20 rupees, 10 rupees, 4 rupees, 5 rupees is bargaining with the lady. So many times there are people coming to us begging, sir, so much, very so much, come Corona, entire family is coming, come Corona, bargaining, avarice, okay? And we also saw this here that they keep collecting things. Sulphur ka girl, sulphur ka room will be like a display. Okay? Sulphur will not throw anything. We can recall it could be your grandparents, you can think of somebody, people who don't throw. Old computer, whenever it came, that Tapa, they were still keeping antique piece. It may be of some use in future. Okay, they will not throw. Okay? Collecting things, not throwing things, angry, irritated, quarrelsome. Small things they can get into quarrel. This lady did not give for 5 rupees, no, he can get into quarrel. Okay? They are quarrelsome and fault finding. I had I don't know, in a previous sulphur class also I've shared this case. I had a student, 7th or 8th. Today is a very big man. When he was in 7th and 8th, he used to come to me and he had some issues. So, the beauty of this boy was, he would always slowness, they have difficulty in concentration, they have issues with memories. Okay? See, it's a first year class. Sulphur itself, mind, we can speak for 5 hours. That's the kind of content we have about sulphur. I hope you understand the importance. When I say sulphur mind itself can be spoken for 5 to 6 hours, see the symptoms you have in sulphur. But I have some limitation. 4 hours is what is allotted for the sulphur, the entire sulphur. So we can't exceed our time. Okay? So out of interest, you can always book, you can refer books. For first year, mind especially from Kent's. Anybody who reads Kent's, sulphur in Kent's, some point you feel I am sulphur. You get my point? So much of information is what we have in Kent's. Many pages dedicated, please go home, read, and aversion to business might set in, hatred, revenge, and aversion to people. The one who was extroverted slowly goes into aversion to people, and as the pathology progresses, what you also see is there can be loathing of life, no interest in life, they feel like dying, and they also have suicidal thoughts. Suicidal thoughts. Any other remedy that you know which has suicidal thoughts? Very good, beautiful, restaurants. Aram. I don't know, is that done? Very good, but I am happy you thought of Aram. Restaurants, a first year remedy. How would restaurants try to commit suicide? How? Restaurants mainly by drowning. They want to fall into well, river, mainly by drowning, okay? Yeah, indifference to his appearance. Okay? I mean, they're not bothered. Indifference, not caring about his personal appearance, not caring about his family. Sulphur father, daughter is down with fever, he may not bother. Okay, sulphur mother, daughter is down with fever, she can still sleep comfortably. Okay? So, these are few things related to the mind. Okay? Now before we take up the particulars, we'll take a small break. You can just refresh and come back. Now before you come back, one small thing here. Any questions related to sulphur mind? Okay?
Laziness.
Yeah, they're very lazy. See, I mean, a lot of things in sulphur. Sulphur has a lot of imaginations. They imagine they are the king. There are a lot of things. Right? They imagine something alive is moving in the abdomen. I told you, I have covered sulphur in mana. Okay, mind. And I'm not very happy. But I've given you what is important. Rest you'll have to go back home, read source books. That will be an assignment. Everything, I mean, in the given time we can't provide. Okay? So a lot of imaginations. Something alive, he is rich. Did that not come? One second. I mean, there was one thing, I don't know, must be that I've kept it for another class. For him, racks appear beautiful. Sulphur might wear torn clothes, but it's very comfortable. Yeah, a lot of imaginations. See, wearing torn clothes is a fashion. Tomorrow you see somebody wearing a torn jeans, don't say, they sulphur there. That is a fashion. Sulphur is aware it is torn and is comfortable wearing a torn thing. Okay, fine? It can be little different. Okay, so before we just close, we'll pick up this after the small break, 5 minutes. Okay, so thank you. Please get back as early as possible so that we'll try to take up the last component of sulphur, that will be the particulars.